What's up, Car Squad fam, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Derek and I do car reviews. Today we'll be checking out this 2004 Toyota Tacoma. Now, this is the last year of the first gen Tacoma, which ran from 1995 to 2004 and experienced a facelift in 2001. In 2004, a regular cab pre-runner like this had a starting MSRP of about $14,000. Now, this particular vehicle does have 176,000 miles and it's used primarily as a work truck. So today I'll give you a tour around the exterior and interior of the vehicle, then I'll put you in the driver's seat for a point of view drive, and then finally I'll give you my thoughts on the vehicle and we'll see how it's held up after 22 years of work and 176,000 miles. And one other thing, I am located up here in the Northern California Bay Area, so if you've got a vehicle up this way that I can review, please shoot me an email at the address listed here. Thanks. So starting off up front here in the engine bay, you'll see the 2.4 liter four-cylinder which powers this vehicle. It makes 142 horsepower and produces 160 pound-feet of torque. Now, this vehicle does have a 4-speed automatic and it is a rear-wheel drive. Miles per gallon is rated at 19 in the city and 23 on the highway. It has a max towing capacity of 3,500 pounds and a max payload of 1,480 pounds. Now, in the four-wheel drive version of this truck, as well as extra cab and double cab variants, you have the option of a 2.7 liter four-cylinder, which produced 150 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque, or a 3.4 liter V6, which produced 190 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. All right, so moving around to the rear of the vehicle now, you'll see the 6-foot bed that this truck does have. Now, like I said, this is a work truck. You'll see here, full of tools. No fancy features back here, though. It's an old truck just meant for work purposes, so you just get an open bed to haul and store all the items you need. So before we move fully into the driver's seat, just to touch on the door panel here a little bit, very simple. You've got a manual adjusting mirror and you've got a manual roll down window, and below just a small pocket for some storage. Nothing else, just basic and simple. All right, so moving into the driver's seat of the vehicle, first off, I should say this bench seat is quite comfortable, very well padded. Yes, it does show wear and some discoloration from years of use, but the seats themselves have actually held up very well. There's no rips or tears really in here that I see. And like I said, still very well cushioned and quite supportive. Now, as far as adjusting this seat, all you have is the ability to pull on this latch here below and slide that seat forward and back. Now, there is a latch here to release this seat back forward to access the small storage space behind the back of the seat. Now, as far as the driving layout here, very simple. To the left of the steering wheel, you'll find your power ECT button, which will allow you to hold gears longer and assist with if you're towing or hauling heavier items. To the right of that button, you will find your adjustment to manage the brightness of the gauge cluster. And then you do have the ability to pull on this tab and raise and lower the steering wheel. Aside from that, no fancy buttons or stocks coming off of the steering wheel, just your wiper and blinker indicators, which have held up quite well. They feel very sturdy. Now, looking at the center console here, very simple layout. Up top, you do have 2 air vents. You've got your hazard light button just to the left of that, and below that hazard light button to the right of the ignition, you'll see your clock. Now, in the center console itself, up top, you do have all your climate controls, simple buttons that turn left and right, and just below that, very simple audio controls here. Again, simple buttons, just turn the knob up or down or press buttons, no fancy touch screens. And below, you do have a pocket that pulls out here for your ashtray. You have a cigarette style lighter to the left of that, and down below you have 2 more of those power outlets, and then a simple gear shifter here. To the left of that gear shifter, you will find 2 small cup holders which you see filled here with items, and then just behind, another cup holder which flips open and closed. Up top, you do have no sunglass holder. You do have sun visors which flip down and out, and they do have a piece which slides out, really allowing you to block this whole window from the side, so that is nice. You of course have your rear window, which is a manual release to slide open and shut. Well, that wraps up the exterior and interior review of this vehicle. Now I'll put you in the driver's seat for a point of view drive. So my thoughts on the 2004 Toyota Tacoma. For a 4-cylinder, it felt strong enough for me, especially if you're just using it around town like this one as a work truck. It's not fast, but I don't think you're buying it for speed. I didn't drive it on the freeway, but I did get it up to about 50 miles per hour and felt fine getting there and cruising at that speed. Compared to the '04 Frontier I reviewed, which had a V6, this Tacoma with the 4-cylinder actually felt less sluggish, although that Frontier was a double cab. But regardless of what engine you get, you can't go wrong. They'll be reliable, last you for hundreds of thousands of miles. Looking at listings of these, you routinely see them with 200, 300,000 and even more miles than that. And they're still listed for $10,000 or more. They will continue to run with minimal maintenance needed. If you're buying one, you should take a look at the frame as they're prone to rust. Lower ball joints can also be a weak point, so that is something to be aware of. And it does have a timing belt, so check on the status of that. From looking at forums, I also saw that valve covers leak often and rear axle seals may need attention. If you're an owner of one of these, please let us know in the comments below what other things people should be looking for if they're shopping for one. Now, like I mentioned, I recently reviewed that '04 Frontier, and my thoughts were that those are a better buy than this equivalent generation Tacoma. My reason for that was strictly the pricing. You can find a less used Frontier for less money than some of those 250,000 plus mile Tacomas that I see. Both are great trucks, but I think because of the Tacoma's greatness, especially with this particular generation, it has almost made the Frontier kind of overlooked and maybe forgotten about. One other thing I did want to mention is that at my height, I'm 6'1". The single cab was a little cramped for me. If you're taller or using it as more than a work truck that you'll do longer drives and road trips with, I'd opt for the extended cab or double cab if you need the rear seats, but that will give up some of the bed length. The extended cab will still give you the longer bed, but allows you to find a more comfortable driving position. And these Tacomas, in my opinion, are such great looking trucks. They'll run forever with easy maintenance, and they're a great size compared to modern trucks which have gotten so large. Plus, there's no unnecessary complicated tech. Well, that wraps up the review of this vehicle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already, so you join the Car Squad fam and you aren't missing out on other videos like this. Those subscriptions do really help the channel, so they're much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.